Friends, welcome to my channel. I'm in coaching center. Today I'm going to explain your 10th standard social geography 7th chapter Indian land resources. So let's come to the topic land. So first topic is land use pattern. Land use pattern of India. So you may think, what is this? I will explain. Right? Pattern of India. So meaning of land use pattern of India is distribution of land. So the distribution of land for different users, like for different users, the distribution of land for different users like agriculture, for forest, agriculture, forest, as well as in land for forest and other things. It is called as land usage pattern, called as land use pattern. So they may ask this for 1 marks. The distribution of land for different uses like agriculture, forest, etc. is called as land use pattern. So the factors that influence this land use pattern is relief features, relief feature, relief feature, features, climate, and population, how much population is there and what type of soil, as you learned in your soil chapter. To determine for agriculture, as you know, in different soil there will be different types of crop that will grow. So for that also it need, as well as it depends. So let's see about classification of land. How much types classification of land, how land is classified, classification of land. So first classification is net zone area, means net zone area. So this is, it is used the land for cultivation. They use the land for cultivation, that is called as net zone area. Agriculture is important for India. So net zone area, it is used for land for cultivation. So 42.2% of this of the total land of India goes to net total land goes to net zone area, net zone area. It does not have all the parts of India. It does not have all parts of India. It does not have that net zone area. Does not have all parts of India. But which place is highest proportion, means highest net zone area is for highest proportion is found in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and in Kerala it is the highest net zone area is found, and the north side lowest net zone is found. Net zone area is found. So this was about net zone area. Next is forest area. So let's know about next forest area. The distribution. The next type of distribution of land, classification of land is forest area. 92.2% of forest area are there in whole India. Forest area are there in whole India. Andaman and Nicobar is the highest. Andaman and Nicobar is the highest. It has more forest, whereas the Haryana and Haryana and Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, it has lowest, because they are little of the desert. So there no huge plants will come. Huge plants will be there. As in this desert, there will be no forest. Is land not available for cultivation. So let's know which land is not available for cultivation. That are used for land that are not used for agriculture, not used for agriculture. It is used for making, used to make, it is used to make road, railways, house, industries. That land is called as, that type of land is called as land not used for cultivation. It is used for to make roads, railways, houses and industry. So that land not available for cultivation is called as, so that land is not available for cultivation. So in India nearly the 14.1% of 14.1% of total 14.1% of total land belongs to this category, belongs to this category means belongs to this non, the land not cultivation for agriculture, not available for cultivation, this category. So we can, it is found in, this land is found in Goa, sorry no, it is found in Manipur, Sikkim and Assam, and the lowest properties proportion means the lowest land, this type of land, the lowest, this type of land is we can see in Goa, in Kerala and Odisha. We can see lowest type of, this type of land, lowest land, and Odisha we can see in Odisha and Maharashtra. So in these places we can see the less land like this. Next is fallow land. So fallow land, it refers to the fallow land, it refers to the land not used for cultivation, the land that is not used for cultivation, and 8.2% of total land in 8.2% of total land belongs to this category, as well as it is more largely found in Mizoram, found in Mizoram. Next is Tamil Nadu. Afterwards we can see it in Kerala, and this land we can find less in Tripura. This type of land we can find in less in Tripura, Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So this was about fallow land. Next is cultivatable wasteland. So cultivable wasteland, it includes the land that is not taken for cultivation, for the it includes the land that is not taken for cultivation due to soil purpose, due to certain soil deficiencies, means certain soil purposes problems it has not taken. And we can see this in Goa, Meghalaya, Nagaland and in Rajasthan. We can see this type of land, as well as the 4.3% of total land we can see in 3% of total land belongs to this category. The next land is permanent pastures and other grazing land. So permanent pastures and other grazing land. So next is, this type of land is only 3.4% of total land belongs to this category. Afterwards, we can found this land in Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. We can find this type of permanent pasture and other grazing lands. Afterwards, the last land is land user. Next is land user miscellaneous. Land user miscellaneous users. So land users miscellaneous users means the land used for gardens, orchards means they will grow the gardens in near their home, and little bit and plantation they will make. So for that type of land is called as land use miscalculation uses. And 1.1% of total land belongs to this category. As well as we can see this type of land in Assam, Nagaland, as well as in Meghalaya, as well as in Kerala, as well as we can see in Karnataka, in Himachal Pradesh, as well as in some other places we can see this type of lands. So this was about 7 types of classification of land use pattern. So next is agriculture. Let's come to the agriculture topic. So meaning of agriculture, as you all know, tilling the soil for raising food or raising crops. Also we can say raising food, crops and raw material. Tilling the land to raise the food, crops and raw material needed by human beings. Food, crops and raw material that is needed by human beings is called as agriculture, as you all know. Agriculture. So importance of agriculture. Why agriculture is important for our India? Agriculture is important, as you all know, as agriculture is one of the important. And India is a country known for agriculture. So nearly 65% of people in whole India and in whole world, maybe, people depend on agriculture in India. They are saying it is main source for livelihood. And also agriculture supports for supports for trade. If agriculture is there only, they will make the products and they will do trade, transport, banking, and other things they will do if agriculture is there. And it supports for many industry, it supports for many industries like cotton. So if agriculture farmer grow the cotton and jute only, the textile industry will be there, otherwise it will be not there. So so agriculture is important for India. And types of agriculture, there let's know how much there you learnt how much type of land patterns are there. Here let's know about types of agriculture. So first type is substituent subsistence farming. So subsistence farming, let's know. So in this a type it is a type of farming. It is a type of farming in which the production of crops, so in which the production of crops is consumed by farmer and their family. So it is a type of agriculture in which the production of crops is consumed by farmers and his family. This type of agriculture is known as subsistence farming. And this family so we can see this type of agriculture this in north eastern states as well as Odisha. We can see in Odisha and in Madhya Pradesh. So in these places we can see this type of farming. And in this subsistence farming there are still two types. There are two types in subsistence farming. There are two types. One is shifting subsistence farming. Shifting subsistence farming. So what is shifting subsistence farming? Let's know about that. Then we will go for next topics. Subsistence farming means it is a type of agriculture in which the patch of forest is cleared. So if the forest is cleared and burnt for cultivation, so it is a type of farming in which a forest is cleared and burnt for cultivation. So that type of cultivation is called a shifting cultivation. For a few years, so they do farming there for many years, not only for few years. After the fertilities go, after the soil fertility reduces, they go to another place. So this type of the cutting of forest and making them as for that land as for cultivation, that type of farming is called as shifting subsistence farming. So we can see this in Assam, Meghalaya, and in Nagaland and in Madhya Pradesh, as well as in Kerala and in Odisha. In these places we can saw these type of shifting subsistence farming. So next is sedentary subsistence farming. There are two types I said, no. So first is shifting, next is sedentary subsistence farming. So it is a farming in fixed location. So they will not change they will fixed location, they will not shift from one place to another place, like shifting subsistence farming from one place to another. They will do farming one place to another, they will do farming where they were doing only. So this is about sedentary subsistence farming. Next is after these two types go. Next is after subsistence farming. Next is intensive farming. So this is after subsistence farming, intensive farming after subsistence. So in this intensive farming, so it is a farming in which a large number of labor is needed. So a large number of labor is needed. So this type of farming is called as subsistence intensive farming. And here farmers try to raise two to three crops to get more products and more production and more money. They tried it, and it is common in fertility because that soil is very much fertile. So the 2 to 3 crops will easily come. So this is common. And next is after the intensive farming, next is commercial farming. So commercial farming, what is this farming? Let's know after intensive and subsistence farming. So a system of farming. So it is a system of farming in which crops are grown for market. Grown for market means you go and bring the food items from market, no. So for sending the crops to that market, this commercial farming is called as commercial farming. So they grow the crops for market purpose, is called as commercial farming. Commercial farming, in this type of farming only cash crops means that crops that gets more money, that gives them more money, is cultivated, is produced. They use small amount of labor. So as you in intensive farming they use more labor, but in this they use small amount of labor, as well as mixed farming. So mixed farming means in this agriculture involving in the cultivation of crops, in the agriculture involving in cultivation of crops and livestock, cultivation of crops and livestock rearing. They will cultivate the crops, and some animals they will be having animal husbandry, you can say animal husbandry as you learnt in your lower classes. So this type of is called as mixed farming, and farmers get income from both, as you like they are doing. If in farmers family some are doing farming, and as well as they are doing as they are having cows. By cow milk also they were getting money, so they are getting income from both the things, you can say. So it was started, so this type of in mixed farming was started in 1951, and now it became popular in many states. Became popular in many states. Next is plantation farming. So it refers to the cultivation of only one crop. Cultivation of one crop in large estate. In big areas, they cultivate only one crop in large areas, large estates, their large fields. So it requires more labor, as you know. In large estate means it requires more labor, as well as the things that are grown in this are tea, coffee. They grow coffee, tea, rubber, and coconut, and and other important plantation crops. They will plantation crops they grow. So this was about plantation crop. Next is dry farming. Dry farming, so it is a farming that are done in areas that get less rainfall, as you learnt in your rain chapter, where the Gujarat and other places they will get less rainfall, where irrigation is limited. So as you know, irrigation, the artificial supply of water is limited. They will get less because it is limited. This is called as dry farming. We can see this in Rajasthan, as I said. We can see this in Rajasthan. So this is our dry farming. Next is humid farming. Humid farming means it refers to the cultivation of crops. It refers to the cultivation of crops in the area which receives sufficient rainfall. That places is called as humid farming. We can do. We can find this in West Coast. We can find this in West Coast, and we can do farming with the help of irrigation. So next is irrigation farming. So irrigation farming. So a method of farming in which crops grow by the method of irrigation. By the method of irrigation in which crops grow, it is called as irrigation. It irrigation farming. So next is crop season. Let's know about crop season first. So what is crop season? Means cultivation of crops. Cultivation of crops based on seasons. As you know, you learnt in your lower class Kharif crop, Rabi crop, and Zaid crop, as you learnt in your lower classes. You were learnt. So cultivation of crops based on their seasons. As you learnt this season, the way farmers will grow this crop. As you learn this much crop. So the first is there are three types in that. There are three types, as I said. Three types. One is Kharif crop. So Kharif crop, as you know, these crops grow during rainy season. As you know, rainy season these crops grow. You are learnt in your lower class. The sowing of seeds. The sowing of seeds takes place from takes place in June and July. The farmers will sow the seeds in June and July. Afterwards, so when the southwest monsoon means southwest monsoon, as you learned, southwest monsoon means the rain when the rain comes from south to west. When the rain comes, as you learned in your rain chapter, when the rain comes in south and west and it goes from south to west, means when the monsoon starts, and when the crops harvest, they harvest the crop, they harvest crop in season of in month of September and October. September to October, they harvest in the 2 months, September and October. They harvest the crops, and the main crops that are grown is rice, jowar, ragi, cotton, and other crops are the cotton and other are the main crops grown in this season. Crops grown in this season. Rabi crop. Next is Rabi crop. So the sowing of seed starts from the sowing of seed start from October to November. So in October and November month they sow the seed. October, November, and after that when northeast begins, northeast monsoon, as I said, where the in the rain chapter, when the what in the climate chapter, when the southwest monsoon goes from south to west, it returns and comes back in retreating monsoon season. From west, from north to east, east to north, it gives some rain again. So in that period, they put the crops in before October and November, and they harvest in the month of harvest in February and March. So they may ask to differentiate between Kharif crop and Rabi crop for 2 to 3 months. So don't forget to remember this. So this is known as Rabi season. Hello. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. So this is known as Rabi crop. It is known as Rabi crop. Or Rabi Rabi crop or Rabi season. So it's called as Rabi crop or Rabi season, and the crops grown in this season is wheat, barley, gram, barley as well as gram and other things are the crops that we get in Rabi season. Rabi here, it became Rabi. So next is Zaid crop. So this crop, let's know what Zaid it is. Zaid crop. So this is the crop. This is crop grown between Rabi and Kharif season. Rabi and Kharif season. So between Kharif and Rabi season. Sorry. Kharif and Rabi season. So between this season, the crop grown is called as Zaid crop, and that are watermelon. That crops grown in this is watermelon as well as cucumber, vegetables, and some other things that are grown in this Zaid crop season. It is called as. So cropping pattern. Next is cropping pattern. How where place the crop this crop is grown more. Let's know. So cropping pattern depends on pattern. Pattern depends on soil, climate, water supply, and many more things. It depends cropping plants. So let's know major crops of India. Major crops of India. Crops of India. So what are the major crops of India? So in that food crop, what is food crop? Let's know food crops. What is food crops means? The crops. Food crops means the crops which are grown to provide the crops which are grown to provide food for the people. The crops that are grown to provide food for people. That crop is called as food crop, grown for food for people. That crop is called as food crop. In that, let's know about rice, as it is most important crop for India, as every person in all India eats rice daily. It is most important crop in India, as well as so India is the largest area under rice in the world. India is the largest area under the rice in the whole world. It is the largest area that grows more crop, but it is second largest producer of rice. As you know, rice is a major kharif crop. As you know, major kharif crop. It is grown where the highest temperature should be 18 to 25 degree Celsius, as well as the rainfall is from 100 to 200 centimeter per year. So where the places where the rainfall comes for 100 to 200 centimeter, as you learnt in your rainfall chapter, there the crop is grown. So afterwards, and and alluvial and clayly loam soil is best for rice crop. So it is best to grow rice crop that soil. And rice is grown in all India. Rice is grown in almost all the states of India. Rice is grown states of India, as well as the states which are grown is in that West Bengal produces more rice crop. West Bengal produces more rice in the country. West Bengal produces more rice, and the other state that produces more rice is Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Karnataka, as well as Madhya Pradesh, as well as some Andhra Pradesh, as well as Andhra Pradesh. Sorry, this is Uttar Pradesh, not Madhya Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh. So in these places you get more rice crops to be grown. You can see that. So here I will stop. I will continue the next topic in my next video. So till here you understand, I think so. So don't forget to watch the description of next video. I will put these pages making as PDF in my next video. So okay friends,